Hello everybody and happy evening to you. It is Tuesday night and I'm going to be doing an educational video for you tonight. This is Leo. This is one of my cockatiels. The reason you don't see them much is because I am afraid that I may have had an infected bird in my cockatiel cage, so I cannot have them out with my other birds, so I take them out upstairs and play with them here. So that's why you don't see them with the other birds. But anyway, I have noticed in the past maybe 4 or 5 days that Leo has had a head tilt. And what I mean by a head tilt is that he holds his head to one side a lot of the time. So in a bird, that can mean a ton of different things. It could be, oh my God, it is so hard to figure out why. It could be neurological. It could be an ear infection. There is so many reasons. See, well, he's not doing it so much right now, but there's so many reasons why they could be doing that. So, of course, I made an appointment for the vet, and we just got back. And it was so interesting because the vet was examining him and going through all the history with all the cockatiels in the cage that he's in and trying to put pieces of a puzzle together. And it's a new vet because the vet I usually see wasn't there. So she was very nice. But while she was examining Leo, the assistant was holding him while she was looking in his ears to see if he had an ear infection, because that would be the best case scenario for Leo and not some neurological issue or some kind of crazy disease. The assistant pulled back the feathers on his head and saw a big bump and a scratch. And there you go. That is the culprit of his head tilt. He bumped his head. And now, how did he hurt his head? That we don't know. That we don't know. But if that assistant did not move the feathers away, we would have been doing a battery of tests that would have cost a ton of money to try to figure out why his head is tilted. So that assistant really is incredible. So I thank her so much for being such a good assistant. But anyway, so one of the reasons that a bird could get hurt in a cage, and I think it's good for any bird owner to know, and interesting for even non-bird owners, is birds get what we call night fright. What I mean by night fright is they get startled very easily, and cockatiels get this more than probably any other bird. They get startled very easily from maybe a sudden light. See how he's tilting his head? Anyway, so it could be from a sudden light that they're seeing. It could be a noise. It could be a cat meowing, a dog barking. It could be a little shadow. I mean, the littlest thing can set them off. And then they start flailing around in the cage in the dark. And then they can possibly get hurt. Cockatiels in the wild, they usually forage. They look for their food on the ground. And they have this incredible ability to escape predators. They are able to fly really quickly upward. And most birds don't have that ability to catch flight from the ground up and able to fly straight up. But cockatiels can do that. So in the night, like I have all my cages, and it's pretty dark in my my house, in my apartment. I do have some night lights around, but it pretty much is dark. So if there is, like, even if Cleo meows, the cat meows, or they're playing, or who knows, anything. It could be absolutely anything. It may not even be the cockatiel. It may be another bird that had some kind of fright, and then it sets a domino effect and scares all the birds. And then they start flailing around in the cage and they wind up getting hurt. Because cockatiels fly straight up instinctively, he might have bumped his head on the top of the cage as he was getting scared. So night frights are very common for the birds. And what you do in that situation is you turn on the light in the room with the bird. You go in, you talk softly to them, you can sing to them, but you need to calm them down until they come back to reality, and then they can go back to sleep. So I guess a little night light is good to have for them all the time at night. Cover their cage, maybe not the whole cage, just give them a little bit of light. But birds do need 12 hours of complete darkness, but in terms of night frights, that's the only way to avoid them. Leo, baby, say hi. Say hi to everyone. Are you Leo? Leo usually says his name. Are you Leo? You're not going to say it, huh? Okay, he had too much excitement today at the vet. So that's what night frights are all about. And it could be, like I have that in my aviary. A lot of times there'll be one bird that gets frightened with something, and then all my birds go crazy, and I have to get up and turn on all the lights, calm everyone down, and they really could hurt themselves. So that is something that most people don't know about with birds. So yeah, keep like a little night light on them. Don't cover them completely, but it really is more common with cockatiels than any other birds. But anyway, so that's pretty much what happened to Leo, probably, is that he had someone frightened him, whether it was in his cage or himself or another bird, and he hurt his head. And now it's affecting, the way he holds his head, but hopefully just an anti-inflammatory that I'm going to give him and a little painkiller, it should fix him right up. But yeah, that was crazy. The vet didn't notice the bump on his head, but the technician did. And in the community section in YouTube, I am going to post a picture of his head where you'll see the black and blue and the bump and the little scratch that he has, excuse me, under those feathers that stick up on his crest there. And on Facebook, I will post the picture in the comments for you, just so you can see what it looks like. It's so incredible. If she didn't catch that, we would have been doing so many blood tests. Oh my goodness. So I think Leo is going to be just fine. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of bird education on night frights, because I don't think many people know about that. He's preening himself right now. That's what birds do. And a lot of birds are molting right now, so these are just the covering of new feathers that are coming in. The sheath on top of the new feather. But Leo is so cute and just so sweet. And I'm just glad he doesn't have anything horrible going on. So I hope this helped bird owners to understand what night frights are and what to do for them when they do happen, and how to calm them down, and how to avoid them as best you can. That's it. We will see you guys later. We love you, and that's it. Say bye, Leo. Bye, Leo.